evening, everyone. I'm Jenny Ryan. Thank you for joining me tonight for ACTober in support of the Breast Cancer Coalition presented by Van Bortle. Tonight, as we kick off Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we challenge you to take awareness one step further and take action. The good news, you have already taken your first action this Breast Cancer Awareness Month by simply tuning into this program, and we are thrilled you are here. While we wish we could see you in person instead, we encourage you to share how much fun you're having watching from home using the hashtags ACTober and take action. Don't forget to tag the Breast Cancer Coalition when you do. Tonight, we are honored to share the presentations of the Lori Pask Heart and Hands Award and the Harriet Susskind Rosenblum Advocate Spirit Award, along with a note from our presenting sponsor and a very special message from the Breast Cancer Coalition's Executive Director, who we all know and love, Holly Anderson. But first, I invite you all to raise a glass in honor of every single person who has been touched by a breast or gynecologic cancer diagnosis. Cheers to our family members, our friends, and our community, and cheers to you. Thank you so much for being here. Sit back and enjoy the show.
Hello, my name is Kathy Guglielmi, and I'm the chair of the Board of Directors here at the Breast Cancer Coalition. In addition to serving as board chair, I'm also the chair of the Advocacy Committee. As such, I've been given the distinct honor to present the 2021 Harriet Susskind Rosenblum Advocates Spirit Award. The Advocates Spirit Award is named in honor of Harriet Susskind Rosenblum, a Breast Cancer Coalition of Rochester founder, a poet, and a fearless advocate who fought a glorious battle against breast cancer. Harriet never wavered in her commitment to eradicate breast cancer. Her hope was that her daughters would not have to live with the fear and uncertainty caused by the disease that she fought against so fiercely. We lost Harriet in October of 2002, but her advocate spirit lives on through the coalition. Today, it is my pleasure to present the 2021 Advocates Spirit Award to Congressman John Katko, representative of the 24th District of New York.
Tell us about why the Metastatic Breast Cancer Access Care Act is important.
I think what people need to understand is that metastatic breast cancer, you can do everything right. You can get your mammograms, you can go for your screenings, you can do your breast exams, but you still can be diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer. It can come back 2 years, 4 years, 20 years later.
Breast cancer does not discriminate. It is a nonpartisan disease. It affects all of us equally.
There's not a person out there that doesn't know someone affected by cancer in general, and many of you know people with metastatic breast cancer, and the prognosis isn't great right now, and so doing what you can on this level to fight for it is at least the least we can do for all those heroes out there fighting it every day. Well, I became familiar with the Breast Cancer Coalition of Rochester early on in Congress. I met with advocates in Washington and Central New York on the issues facing individuals diagnosed with breast cancer and their families, and like I said, some of my friends. And I've been proud to take their concerns with me to Congress and advocate on their behalf.
I think it's important to look at the congressman's record. He, so far in the 117th Congress, he has co-sponsored 41 health-related bills and has sponsored 3 health-related bills.
In the federal legislature, there is, for the 3rd Congress, a bill called the Metastatic Breast Cancer Access to Care Act has not made it to the floor in the last 2 Congresses. We needed it to be reintroduced into the 3rd Congress. Every bill needs a Democrat lead sponsor and a Republican lead sponsor. Mr. Katko stepped up in this Congress to be the Republican lead sponsor in the House of Representatives. That is no small thing.
I think this speaks very highly of his commitment to health-related legislation. He's willing to be bipartisan, and he is particularly willing to stand up for those with metastatic breast cancer who need benefits earlier than the required waiting period would give them to them.
What the bill is that it provides Medicare coverage for women and men who are under 65 at the point of disability with metastatic breast cancer, and that's a key point, at the point of disability, where they have no other insurance to rely on for their treatment. This would waive the waiting period that younger people have to go through to go first on Social Security disability, which is a 5-month waiting period once you get to that point, followed by another 2-year waiting period for Medicare to kick in if you are under 65.
When you can't work any longer, you need something to kick in, and that's what we're advocating for. SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance, we can't wait 5 months. And Medicare, we can't wait 2 years. They're ready now.
When you've lost people that you know from this terrible disease, it really hits home. So I wish that I wasn't the one being recognized. I wish we're recognizing all the heroes out there that are stricken with this disease and their families that are fighting every day. But I am doing it for you, and I want you to know that.
The Advocate Spirit Award is named the Harriet Susskind Rosenblum Award, given for a very passionate advocate who was instrumental in helping put together the advocacy efforts of the Breast Cancer Coalition. This year's award goes to the Honorable John Katko, representative in the House of Representatives from the 24th District of the state of New York. We honor you and we applaud you.
Thank you, Congressman Katko, for your important contributions. On behalf of the Advocacy Committee, we vow to continue fighting alongside you. Now, I would like to present the 2021 Lori Pask Heart and Hands Award. The Heart and Hands Award is named in honor of Lori Pask, an early member of our Living with Metastatic Breast Cancer group. Those who knew Lori knew her as an exceptionally caring nurse, wife, family member, and friend. Sadly, we lost Lori in November of 2008. The Heart and Hands Award is given to a care provider whose work best exemplifies the balance of kindness, compassion, respect, and science that Lori demonstrated while providing care to her own patients. Now, I am proud to present our 2021 Heart and Hands Award winner, Dr. Kristen A. Skinner.
From the first time that I met Dr. Skinner, I liked her. She was solid, she was grounded, she was a straight shooter.
The presence was there immediately as soon as she came in the room. Her confidence, her assurance put me right at ease.
The paternalistic view of medicine where I make the decisions and tell you what you need to have done never sat well with me.
It's going to take a community to beat breast cancer, and we are fortunate to have people like her in our community running the breast care center at Wilmot.
I was 7 months pregnant at the time, or almost 8 months pregnant. And I had a little bit of a lump that I felt, and I was going every month to my OBGYN checkups. And after that didn't go away, we got an ultrasound because they didn't do mammograms on pregnant people. So then I got that biopsied, and they called me the next day and said that it was breast cancer.
And I think women really need someone who can listen to them and not just say, this is what you have to do, but really listen to what their needs are. And I think that's something I understand.
She trusted me as much as I trusted her. And she, I remember one instance in particular when I was very anxious and about to have my incision biopsy, and I was lying face down on this table and my breast was hanging through this hole, and she popped in and she looked at me sideways because I was lying sideways, and she said, "How you doing? Just hanging out?" And I thought that was hilarious, and I laughed, and once you laugh, everything feels better.
And because I was recently diagnosed, I also went for a second opinion in Buffalo because my whole family is from Buffalo. And when I met with the surgeon there, I knew within minutes that I wanted Dr. Skinner. It was just more of a clinical feel in Buffalo, and Dr. Skinner really cared about me. And like I said, it wasn't just my life, it was my baby's life, so it just felt really big. It was a really dark time, and she was definitely a light. It was very scary, and she just gave me so much information and comfort and really let me know like it was going to be okay, like she would make sure of it.
My favorite time that I've gone back to visit Dr. Skinner after I finished treatments was when I had given birth to my first post-cancer baby, Grace Victoria. Gift and victory. To be able to show her to Dr. Skinner and say, "You helped make this happen," was a real gift and a victory.
It's really gratifying to be a part of that journey and watch the poise and strength that they bring to their journeys.
Dr. Skinner, I'm so proud to see you get this award, not only as one of your patients, but also as somebody who has helped sisters and friends and recommend them to come see you because of what you bring to the table. You're compassionate, you're confident, and you put everybody at ease as they've given this horrible diagnosis. So glad to have you be part of our community and extremely proud of everything you've done for us.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2006. My daughter was 8 years old, and believe me, I was petrified. Soon after, I got a hold of the Breast Cancer Coalition because I wanted to be able to help spread the word. I'd been out there in the public quite a bit since I started in my business, and I really felt that maybe if people knew I had breast cancer and had detected it early, that might help other women to go and get a mammogram and to find out, because obviously it certainly does not have to be a death sentence. Soon after that, Subaru started a program called Share the Love, and they would donate $250 to a dealer's charity of their choice. And I chose the Breast Cancer Coalition. So in the fall, we have this, and it's just been a wonderful thing. A lot of women, believe it or not, wait until the fall in order to buy a car because they want to support the charity. So it's really wonderful. We've been able to donate a ton of money, and I just couldn't be prouder about that.
Thank you again to our presenting sponsor, Van Boordel. Your commitment to our mission has been nothing short of inspiring. Kitty Van Boordel took her personal experience with breast cancer and made it meaningful to thousands. Good evening, everyone. I'm Holly Anderson. On this day, 20 years ago, I stepped into my role as Executive Director of the Breast Cancer Coalition. Just days after the Twin Towers fell on 9/11, there was much uncertainty then about events, about travel, about trust, about how we could safely come together, and certainly about funding. But as cancer survivors, we were used to living with uncertainty. Uncertainty was familiar, it was where we lived, and we got to work. My footsteps followed those forged by our founders just as 1998 was beginning, a path that began with my own diagnosis of stage 3 breast cancer in 1999. In my earliest days, we focused on programs and services. There was already much awareness about breast cancer, and awareness was almost entirely focused on screening and early detection initiatives. Pink ribbons were literally everywhere. Early detection campaigns worked for many, but they didn't work for everyone, and detecting cancer early was never enough for us. We wanted to end it altogether. We took action. This October, in the midst of a global pandemic, ACTober reminds us of who we are and who we've always been. ACTober moves beyond awareness. At the Breast Cancer Coalition, through our 4 pillars, advocacy, education, support, and research, and the array of offerings happening every day at the Coalition, networking groups, brown bag, healing arts, seminars, common ground for our metastatic survivors, peer mentoring, just to name a few, we take action. Not a day goes by that we don't hear praise and gratitude from our survivor community, thanking us for being here. We've been privileged to walk alongside them while hearing their stories and sharing their experiences, and we could never have been able to do any of this without your support. Cancer is tough enough, isolating enough, frightening enough, and thanks to you, no one needs to go through it alone. I just want to share a few notes received from grateful survivors. These are notes that come in every day. Dear Holly, a sincere thank you for the Pals bag you dropped off a few weeks ago. It was a wonderful and generous show of support and encouragement at a time of stress and uncertainty as I was about to start chemo. As they say, the little things are the big things, and they truly are. Dear BCCR, my surgery and reconstruction went well. I feel blessed that I did not have to have chemotherapy or radiation, but months following my surgery and reconstruction, I had to adjust to my new normal, which was no easy task, and this is where the Breast Cancer Coalition came to my rescue. The Brown Bag Group gave me hope and inspiration I so desperately needed. I finally felt for the first time that I was not alone and that these women understood my emotions and feelings. BCCR put the wind under my wings so I can fly again. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Dear Breast Cancer Coalition friends, shortly before my surgery last month, I sent a request to talk with others for some support and guidance. How lucky am I to speak with these amazing women before my surgery and then to receive an amazing gift to help me on my journey. Each day as I face my surgical scars, the post-op complications, the change in my treatment plan, and the uncertainty of the future, I think back to one of the conversations with your staff and I find a nugget of advice to keep me going. Thank you again from my heart. Please, as we gather around tables throughout our community this evening, please give generously. Thank you. Now I'd like to turn this over to Fiona Goddard, co-chair of ACTober, and my very dear friend.
Thank you, Holly. Those notes are incredible. I agree that the impact our programs are having is nothing short of life-changing. But how do we maintain these programs? One way is through our dedicated sponsors. Even now, 20 years strong, we continue to be humbled by the ongoing support from these organizations. Thanks to you, we will continue to offer our full list of programming at no cost to our survivors. Second, I ask you now to consider donating to our Warrior Wall. When you give a gift of $100 or more, you join a group of our strongest supporters, those who commit to taking action and making real change. If you are a recurring Warrior Wall donor, thank you for your ongoing support. I know we already have gracious donations from Dr. Marsha Krebs, Joyce Witchie, John Bridgewatt, Sue Delp, and Phyllis Connolly. And for those of you who are new to the Warrior Wall, welcome. Thank you for believing in our mission. Just click the Donate Now button on your screen or mobile device to become a member of this prestigious circle. Finally, have you checked out our online auction yet? We have an array of items and baskets from hundreds of local artists and businesses, all waiting for your bid. Don't forget, the auction will be open for the next 20 days in honor of our 20th anniversary of this event. So check back periodically or use the auto bid function to make sure you win. Remember, no act of generosity is too small to make a difference in the fight against breast and gynecological cancer. Thank you again for watching our program tonight. Now I will pass the mic back to Jenny Ryan, one of our wonderful supporters and dear friend of the Coalition.
I hope you are all enjoying tonight's program, but I'd like to diverge from the program for just a moment to wish our Executive Director, Holly Anderson, a very happy 20th anniversary of her employment at the Coalition. Under Holly's leadership, the Coalition has grown from a small grassroots organization to who we are today. We serve those touched by breast and gynecologic cancers, women and men, warriors, survivors, family members, and friends. We educate, support, advocate, and promote research in our area. All of this happens under Holly's tireless leadership. On behalf of the Board of Directors, and especially on behalf of the many women and men who have walked through the Coalition's doors not knowing which way to turn, only to walk out feeling strong and supported, I say, happy anniversary, Holly, and thank you for all you do.
Wow, what a show. Congratulations again to our 2021 award winners, Dr. Kristen Skinner and Congressman Katko. Your dedication to our survivors community is nothing short of inspiring. And thank you all for the wonderful sponsors who made this event possible. The Breast Cancer Coalition's Board of Directors and committee members who made this event a success. To the Coalition staff who work tirelessly every single day to provide services to our community. And of course, thank you to you, our viewers, for believing in the essential mission of the Breast Cancer Coalition. I'm Jenny Ryan. Have a lovely rest of your night.